Hey YouTube, this is JR Tactical 213. Today I'm going to be doing a gun review on the new Sig that I just picked up. Here it is. It comes in a nice box. It comes with two magazines. The magazines are 10 round magazines, but before I go on, because I did take this out shooting, I'm going to clear this. So again, it does come with two magazines. The first one right here is the flush fit magazine, and it is a 10 rounder, and as you can see it fits nice and flush on the gun. This other one that it comes with is another 10 round magazine, and this one has a little bit of a pinky extension. And the reasoning for that is, maybe some of those people with the bigger hands are able to get more of a grip. With the flush mount, I can only get 2 fingers on this, but with the extension, I'm able to get a full 3-finger grip, a nice solid grip. And that's just amazing for this small of a gun that can hold 10 rounds. So, a little bit about this gun. Again, this is the SAS model, which is the Sig Anti Snag. This gun has a few things different than the, of course, regular P365. The most notable difference is that there are no sights on this gun. No front sight or rear sight. What you're getting is the FT bullseye sights that have been cut into the frame, and they're dropped down so you don't have any height on it. Again, no snagging possibilities. I'll give you a better look of the sights in a little bit. The other two things that are a change compared to the regular P365 would be your takedown. There is no takedown lever that you just flip down to be able to go ahead and field strip your gun. This actually has a spot where you can take either the back part of the bullet, the casing, to put it in, or you just take a standard screwdriver. Me personally, I would just use a standard screwdriver, so there's no chances of scratching up your gun. You have to turn it a little over 90 degrees for it to lock in, and then you're able to take it down. The other thing is the slide release. The slide release on this is almost non-existent. Now, I'm a left-handed shooter, so maybe that's, for me, is the reason why, but I'm not able to actually make the slide release. I can lock it back, but trying to release it, it just does not work. Again, that's okay as a left-handed shooter. Most guns don't have slide releases for the lefties, so I'm used to using that slingshot method. So what I'm meaning by that, empty magazine. So when this is locked back, again, slide release, I can't get the slide release, so I use that slingshot, which means I take my opposite hand, I grab the slide, pull it back, and let it go. So, but those are the big 3 differences in this gun versus the regular P365. It's the different type of sights, how you take this gun down for cleaning, field stripping, and your slide release. The only other thing that really is a difference, it's the same length of the barrel, the length of the gun, the width of the gun, the trigger's the same. The only difference is that this gun is a little bit less in height because it does not have the sights on the back or the front, so you actually have just a slight less height than this gun. So I want to show you what the sight looks like. You can see that nice green dot, and it's kind of hard to get it perfect holding it backwards, but when you bring it up and present it, it's really easy to see. Here's a close-up of the slide release. As you can see, it is pretty non-existent. It is the anti-snag design, so there is nothing sticking out. Here's a little better picture of the takedown. You can see just a flathead screwdriver will do the job for this. It has nice grooves on it for if you want to do a press check, or on the back. Has it on both sides where you can get a nice good grip on it. This is what the top of it looks like with the sights. Again, it is flush and flat, nothing to snag on. The grip is textured, not too tough, so it doesn't rub against you as bad as some of the other ones that are out there. This top area is not textured. It makes it kind of nice. I like the breakup of that. In no way do I feel like this gun would ever be slippery in my hands. It does show a loaded indicator. It'll pop up a little bit to show you that there's a bullet there. You're also able, through this little viewpoint right here, to see the back portion of your shell when it is loaded. Okay, so I'd like to just go over a few of the statistics on this. I have my little worksheet on my computer right here, so I'll be looking down, kind of giving you those stats. Again, this is the Sig P365 SAS. It is a 9mm. The barrel length of it's a small little barrel at 3.1 inches. This overall length of it is 5.8 inches. The height on it, top to bottom, comes out to be 4.3 inches. The width on this is 1 inch. It's got a stainless chassis and a polymer frame. This slide is made out of a stainless steel, but it's got the nitron finish, so this should stay nice and protected and stay nice for a long time. Again, these sights are the FT Bullseye sights, and it comes in with an empty magazine at 17.8 ounces, so it's a pretty light little gun. Okay, so I'd like to just go over a few of the statistics on this. I have my little worksheet on my computer right here, so I'll be looking down, kind of giving you those stats. Again, this is the Sig P365 SAS. It is a 9mm. The barrel length of it's a small little barrel at 3.1 inches. This overall length of it is 5.8 inches. The height on it, top to bottom, comes out to be 4.3 inches. The width on this is 1 inch. It's got a stainless chassis and a polymer frame. This slide is made out of a stainless steel, but it's got the nitron finish, so this should stay nice and protected and stay nice for a long time. Again, these sights are the FT Bullseye sights, and it comes in with an empty magazine at 17.8 ounces, so it's a pretty light little gun. So as I said earlier, this gun comes with two 10-round magazines. One of them is the flush mount one. The other one is the pinky extension one, both 10-round mags. There's two other options with this gun. You're able to get a 12-round magazine and a 15-round magazine. I purchased two of these 12-round magazines, and you can see there is more extension on this to give it a better fit in your hand. So if I were to compare this, you can see there's probably a good ½ inch difference of extra grip. Just to show again, when I put the pinky extension one in, I can get all 3 fingers a nice grip on here. Without the pinky extension one, I can only get 2 fingers. My 3rd finger or the pinky has to slide underneath the handle, the grip. With this 12-round magazine, again, yes, this is loaded, I will not rack it. I'm able to get a very comfortable full 3 fingers with a little extra. And that's amazing for a gun this small. They have a nice, full, comfortable 3-finger grip. When looking at this gun, one of the things that I really liked, and again, this is me being a left-handed shooter, was that all mag releases are on the left-hand side of the gun, which makes it difficult for someone who's left-handed. You actually have to change your finger position and either use a middle or a pointer finger to release the mag, so you're kind of having to make some adjustments on the gun to get there. With the Sig P365, it is not an ambi mag release, but you have the ability to take it out and switch it over to the right hand side of the gun, so that then I will be able to use my thumb to release the magazine. I think that's a really cool option that Sig thought about for those shooters that are left-handed. The next thing I'd like to talk about with the Sig P365 SAS is the trigger pull. You know, what is it like? You know, what is your take up when you hit the wall? Is there any creep in it? How does that the trigger pull feel? Is it crisp? Is it sluggish? You know, how is it? So when I pull it back, and I'll turn it this way, I get my take up, and it's not much take up. There's a little bit, and I hit that hard wall. I start to pull back more. I'm getting a little creep and a click. Now I do the reset, and it has a little bit of a reset. It's not as short as some of the others, and it's nice again. Nice reset and a nice trigger pull. So this gun does have a little bit of a reset once you fire, but that's something you get used to with just some training. The trigger feels great. It doesn't feel like it's, you know, too heavy. It's probably that 5.5 pound trigger pull range. I don't have the ability to check it, and you know, who knows how, if all of them are the same or not. You know, they all are going to have some variance. So I'm guessing about the 5.5 pound range to 6, something like that. The next thing I'd like to talk about with the Sig P365 SAS is the trigger pull. You know, what is it like? You know, what is your take up when you hit the wall? Is there any creep in it? How does that the trigger pull feel? Is it crisp? Is it sluggish? You know, how is it? So when I pull it back, and I'll turn it this way, I get my take up, and it's not much take up. There's a little bit, and I hit that hard wall. I start to pull back more. I'm getting a little creep and a click. Now I do the reset, and it has a little bit of a reset. It's not as short as some of the others, but it's nice again. Nice reset and a nice trigger pull. So this gun does have a little bit of a reset once you fire, but that's something you get used to with just some training. The trigger feels great. It doesn't feel like it's, you know, too heavy. It's probably that 5.5 pound trigger pull range. I don't have the ability to check it, and you know, who knows how, if all of them are the same or not. You know, they all are going to have some variance. So I'm guessing about the 5.5 pound range to 6, something like that. When I purchased this gun, one thing that I noticed was that when I could rack it and I could shoot it. When I wanted to check and see how the reset was on it, when I went to pull back on it, it would be tight. Like I couldn't move it. Now it's a lot easier to re-rack it once you've fired the gun. Still has a little bit, but you can see that I have to kind of give it a pull, where some of my other guns definitely rack back easier. I was told that this is kind of a break-in, and then after about 500 rounds it'll be smooth. So I'll report back on that once I get to that point. I only have 300 rounds through this right now, so I will need to, you know, see if that changes in the next couple hundred rounds. One of the things I always think is that before I put this into the rotation, I need to get that 300 to 500 round through this gun to make sure it's shooting and working flawlessly. I have to report that after 300 rounds, it's been perfect. I've had no malfunctions, no issues. You load it, rack it, and just pull the trigger and it goes. This has been a very reliable gun so far. I definitely want to see how it does at 500, at 1,000, but this thing has been spot on. I definitely feel comfortable with putting this into my carry lineup now. One thing I'd like to mention about the Sig P365 SAS is that it's gotten a lot of, I'd say, attention from videos and people that have shot it, frustrated with maybe accuracy, that they don't shoot as good with this as they do the regular P365 because of the sighting system. I'm not disappointed in any way with how this shoots. I don't look at this gun as a precision gun. This is not a competition gun. And remember, you got a 3.1 inch barrel. This is not something that you're taking out there and putting at the most part at 10 yards, bullet into bullet into bullet, one hole or anything like that. This is a concealed carry weapon. That's what this is made for. Again, this is not a precision. I view this as a 10 yards and under type of gun. This will take time though. You have to practice because these sights are different. We've all been used to, and all of the other guns, if you are like me, have multiple guns, they all have that standard sight. And this, again, is just different. You're not looking above the slide, you're looking like through the slide with this. So it will take time to get more accurate with it, to get more comfortable with something like this. My guess is that it's going to take me between 500 to 1,000 rounds to really honestly get this down. Now, like I said earlier, I feel comfortable carrying this, and my range results that I'll show, I mean, there's no worries about it. I can hit within a 4 to 5 inch area when I shoot my 10 rounds, and it's definitely accurate enough for a concealed carry from 10 yards. Like I said, you're not going to win any, competitions or anything with this, but you will be able to carry this and be comfortable carrying that this is accurate enough for the job when the time comes. So again, if you're looking for a small, micro-compact carry gun for your CCW lineup, I highly recommend the Sig P365. I also recommend that you check out this SAS edition. Again, not everybody will like that, but this is an amazing gun. This SAS edition with the Anti Snag is a one of a kind. Check it out and see what you think. Please subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think about it. Have a great day.